Yes, what's happening, peeps? If you're new to the channel, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing loads of these tutorials. I'm going to be making loads of music and you don't want to miss it. So yeah, Move Your Love on Me, one of my recent ones. Not a bad track. Originally it was by Double Nation, you can see there, Move Your Love on Me, Double Nation. Came out about 2005, I think. It's a great track. So yeah, I'm going to start by showing you the vocal. I'll show you what I did with it. As you can see, some EQ at first, start off with EQ. Baby, baby. Then there's a compressor. You're all I need, boy, you save me. Just a little bit of compression, not too much. It feels so right. Just catching them high peaks. It's pitched down 4 keys. So originally it sounded like this. Baby, baby. But I wanted to pitch it down, not only just to fit in with my key in my track, what I was making, but it just makes it a bit more original when you change the pitch. And if you can change up stuff as much as you can, then it makes it more original, you know. So yeah, that's the auto-tune, pitching it down. I also did a few bits with Vari Audio, which is basically like Melodyne. If you use FL Studio or something else, you've probably got Melodyne for tuning vocals. There was just a few bits what was, the pitch was dipping down and dipping up, and it didn't suit the track, so I just perfected it with that. Camel Fat. You're all I need. Boy, you save me. I'm using that for cutting the low end off, and just to give it some presence. Obviously it's got a little bit of distortion there, the exciter doing a bit. So basically just the filter, the compressor and the distortion, just to really bring it out in the mix. Then there's some delay. This is a free plugin, by the way, and it's great. Baby, baby, you're all I need, boy, you save me. There's actually already delay on the original file, but I thought I'd just bang a bit of that on just to thicken it up, you know. And then finishing kickstart, I've got the side chain working on all of those effects, so the side chain's last. Baby, baby, you're all I need, boy, you save me. And it's got like the tightest setting 3 punch, so it's really fast. I usually have it about 80%. You don't want it to kill your vocal too much. Baby, baby, you're all I need, boy, you save me. So yeah, that's the vocal. And for this first break, because obviously there's an intro for DJs, it's an extended mix. Starts like that with a little vocal effect, and then the drums. So yeah, that's just a basic intro for DJs to mix it in. So the first breakdown. Got the organ. Nice little organ melody there. Nice and shuffly. And I've cut all the low end off the organ, so I can lay my own bass with it, which is here. That's audio. I'm not sure where that was from. I've bounced a lot of things as audio in here just to save on my CPU, because whenever I record the screen it just seems to go crazy for some reason. That was from either Silent or Massive, and it will have been a Vandalism preset because I use them a lot. But yeah, it's just a basic sub bass to go underneath the organ. Same notes, same melody, same everything. Mixed it, and then you've got a string sound on the major root note, and I made it into a perfect fifth basic chord, so with them together. And obviously there's some effects bringing in the breakdown. Obviously there's going to be effects. So yeah, after 8 bars I also bring in this. A little tropical pluck there. I think that was from Nexus. Not sure which expansion, but it's like a tropical marimba sound, just to layer with it, because you need something coming in after 8 bars. Also a finger snap comes in. So yeah, the breakdown lasts for 16 bars, and then I break into a piano for the chorus. Sounds like this. Seems to fit really well, that vocal with that piano bit. Piano. Some nice chords there. And obviously the piano M1 house piano. I think I maybe adjusted the reverb, took it down a tiny bit. There's still quite a bit on it though. Sounds nice. And then I've used Camel Fat to take off the low end, so because obviously there's a bass laid with it, which I'll show you in a minute. Got the exciter to bring out the presence, the top end. Compressor, always. Where's the bass? Yep, that was from Silence, I think, a Vandalism preset. Probably one of the latest Vandalism packs. There's also, really quiet, a little harp that I made. And this was Nexus, a guitar sound from Nexus. It's only quiet in the mix, but it just gives it a nice feel, nice warm feel. So yeah, that little bit lasts for 8 bars. Then the drums come in for the drop. The drops, I didn't do a really big build up, you know. I didn't want like a big EDM suspenseful long build up, really long, you know. I just wanted to get it in nice and smooth, and it just drops nicely. There's a little laser type effect before the drop there. Seems to give it a nice little before the drop. And the drums, it's just one kick, totally flat. I haven't done any EQ, I haven't done any compression, because there's nothing wrong with that. Rather than EQing kicks and compressing them and fitting them in your mix, just choose a different one. I mean, there's hundreds of kicks in packs. You can just find another one. Just wait until you've got the right one, you know. And there's a loop there which I think I made myself. I've just glued it all together so it's nice and tidy. And there's not loads, keeps less channels, you know. Pretty basic. So the drums are really basic, it's just that. And when it kicks all together nicely, the organ comes back in when it drops as well. that does that for 8 bars with a vocal, and then a hook comes in like a pluck melody, which is, it just follows the organ. One of them's from Massive. And the other one's that one I showed you earlier, the tropical one. And obviously it's the same notes as the organ, so it layers nicely. It's kind of like the stuff Segala's doing, like the house stuff that Segala does. You know, he's been doing that for a couple of years now, and it works well. So yeah, that does that for another 8 bars, and then for the verse again, second verse, I just go to the drums, the bass and the organ and a little harp. I seem to do that a lot with, when it comes to structuring it, it seems to work really well. You've got a hook, and then you can just, if you've got a second verse, you can just put it over your bass and let the verse do the work. So yeah, it sounds like this. Bringing the piano back in after 8 bars, which really sounds nice. Just brings everything back in and gives it that feel again. Also the string as well. So yeah. And then here, there's like a interlude kind of thing which breaks it all up, which I think is definitely important, because if I'd have gone straight back to the chorus, it'd have just been too repetitive and too lazy. So you need something in the middle to break up your track, and it really works. So what I've done is I've got another piano, a softer one. Made some nice chords, so it's a nice, and they last for a bar, so it's not like a fast, housey, stuttery piano. You know, it's slow chords. And then I've got this little guitar riff over it. That was from Nexus. That's like a dance guitar from Nexus, and that's all it is. It's just that piano and that guitar. It sounds pretty full as well, considering it's only 2 things. So yeah, that's that little interlude. And then we'll go back into the chorus with the piano and stuff. Which is basically the same as what we had earlier, it's all the same. And then it drops again. 8 bars, back to the hook. Another 8 bars, and then that's where it starts rolling down, where a DJ can bring a mix in. It's what we call the extended mix. It'll end up with just drums at the end, slowly bringing out the melody and other elements, you know. First I bring out the piano. of bring out the bass in the organ, so you're left with just the pluck, as well as the string as well, the strings in there, and then I just go to drums.